Come to Lethbridge and join an innovative community for entrepreneurs. With more than a quarter of the 100,000 population under the age of 34, Lethbridge brims with energy. We'll help you to kickstart, innovate, and grow. Lethbridge, Southern Alberta's hub for innovation and technology. It's the right choice for business builders. Go to chooselethbridge.ca/entrepreneur and we'll help you move and grow in Lethbridge.
Welcome to Canada's podcast, the number one podcast for entrepreneurs by entrepreneurs.
Hello and welcome to Canada's podcast with Mario Toneguzzi. Joining me today is Obed Maurice, who is FinTech founding partner in Clique Advisor and partner in Avail CPA LLP in Lethbridge. Thanks for joining us today, Obed.
Thanks, Mario. Pleasure to be here.
Well, let me just start by asking you what Clique Advisor, or Clique Advisor, probably a better pronunciation, right, is and what it does.
Yeah, well, it's Clique Advisor, and don't worry, the names kind of get messed up or mixed up all the time. But really, it's just a planning platform. It helps advisors create plans for their clients, and the goal is to reduce or eliminate the financial chaos that a lot of people face trying to manage all their financial to-dos.
Okay, can you talk a little bit about the history of the company and how it came to be and when?
Yeah, I think it feels like probably a couple of years now when we first kind of got started building the technology. And it started, it is actually a spin-off of a previous company. I was into cloud accounting. I founded a cloud accounting firm. And so we were getting pretty knowledgeable around financial technology, grew that cloud accounting firm up and ended up selling it off to Avail, where I'm a partner now. And through that process, I learned a lot about client experience and how people were using financial technology. And we had the opportunity to partner with the National Research Council and Alberta Innovates and a few other organizations, and got some seed money from them to kind of start this project, this idea we had that was to, how can we make finances better for the average person? How can we reduce some of that complexity that a lot of people face? I just thought it needed to be easier, and thankfully we had some really great partners that were willing to give us some support. Avail CPA is on that list of funders as well, and off we went to go and build this technology, trying to help people out.
So tell me a little bit about technology and innovation and why it's so important, especially now in the world of accounting.
Oh, geez. Yeah, it's a really big deal now. I think historically, accounting's been pretty manual. A lot of manual processes. We've been very slow to adopt some of the innovation, and kind of slow to keep up with consumer demands. And that's really changed over, I don't know, even like the last 5 or 10 years with consumer demands. It's, you can click a button and, food's delivered to your door, or you can pay a bill online, and life is really, really convenient in a lot of ways. And I think accounting has often been inconvenient and kind of irritating in some ways. And that's not a knock on the profession. It's just we haven't really kept up with consumer expectations. And I think we have the opportunity to do that now, adopting a lot of technology and really thinking about user experience, creating something better for our stakeholders. And the good news is that there's a lot of smart people in accounting. So when they put their minds to things, things usually happen pretty quickly and to a high level. So yeah, I think the profession, like we're poised to kind of adopt and kind of be part of that trend instead of just kind of passengers, which is fantastic to see happen in the profession.
Okay. For a business, what are the main benefits of cloud-based accounting?
Oh, goodness. I mean, I think the simplicity, the automation, I guess the elimination of some of those things that don't always add value. So I see a lot of business owners struggle with the time it takes to just administer their business, invoice people, collect documents, pay bills, capture time. It's just a lot of tedious activities that business owners face that don't really make them any money. And I think cloud accounting can bring some of that business, that process automation, and make it a lot better for, entrepreneurs and business owners that have been bogged down by a lot of that admin work.
Mhm.
Is kind of freeing themselves from that is a huge upgrade, because we all know entrepreneurs, they work hard, they give a lot to their businesses. The last thing they want to do is add more administration. So if we can alleviate some of that, I think we're heading in the right direction, and that's a big change for cloud accounting. It's more of a value add instead of this kind of irritating to do. There's now opportunities to kind of create an advantage by adopting some of those practices. So it's again, another great time to be in that field, because we're helping more than I think we ever have by using some of that technology.
Okay, what about your the partnership with Avail? What has that meant, and what does it mean for a Clique Advisor?
Yeah, the partnership's been fantastic. So I mean, they're investors in Clique Advisor, the partnership group, but I'm also a partner at Avail, and a member of the partnership group. And yeah, it's been a really, really important part of Clique Advisor in that we can help serve like real clients, build technology around like actual use cases. And there's been a lot of credibility that goes along with that. Avail is, a 100-year-old firm. It's one of the biggest in Alberta, filled with really smart, talented people. And when you can surround yourself with people like that and the clients of the firm, and try and do something unique in the profession, I think it's good for the firm, it's good for the clients, and it's good for Clique in that, we can kind of point to that real use case. It's not, just a fantasy we created in our mom's basement. Although we did, I guess, create it in our basement. Putting it in live play in with a real professional firm is a really kind of unique place to start, and we're fortunate to have that relationship.
Hmm. Well, Ben, let's talk a little bit about yourself and your background.
Sure.
Are you from Lethbridge originally, or?
I'm born and raised. I articled in Calgary and kind of meandered around BC for a while, and eventually ended back in Lethbridge here.
Okay, and so let's go through some of your education. What high school did you
Sure. Sure. I went to LCI in Lethbridge, and I hope no one checks my transcripts, because I I wasn't the world's best high school student, and but I did graduate from there, and I ended up at Lethbridge College for a couple of years, and then off to the University of Lethbridge to wrap up my degree, and yeah, articled in Calgary to get my CA, or I guess CPA designation, and how I've kind of got to where I am on the education front anyway.
Okay, and coming back to Lethbridge, when did you come back to stay, and why did you come back? Obviously, sometimes the big city lights, right, attract young people, right? But you obviously went back to the bridge, and why was that?
Yeah, well, it was for a girl, for my wife. I was attracted to the big city. Worked in Calgary, enjoyed Calgary, that kind of thing. My wife Kaylee was down in Lethbridge when we met, and she eventually, I migrated back to Lethbridge just to be closer to her. That was a fantastic decision for me. I got a family and a daughter and a great spouse out of the deal. And yeah, I started to kind of set roots here.
Tech Connect, a center for entrepreneurship and innovation in Lethbridge, has been springboarding entrepreneurs to success for 10 years and counting. Our spirit of innovation is a way of life. We have an incredible environment. Our innovators are not afraid to stand apart, because they know that in Lethbridge, we are brighter together. We are Lethbridge. Come and join us. Go to chooselethbridge.ca/entrepreneur and we'll help you move and grow in Lethbridge.
And sorry, what year was that when you came back?
Oh, geez, you're really testing me now. It would have had to been 2012, I'm thinking.
Around then.
Geez.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been about 10 years, but I did enjoy Calgary for sure. But you know what? A lot of those opportunities now, like big city opportunities, are kind of available everywhere. With I think COVID really proved that the world's a big place, opportunities abound. Technology and other ways we can access those opportunities. And
Hmm.
if I can go off on a tangent here a little bit, the when I founded Maxim, which was the cloud accounting firm, we had staff throughout Canada. We had clients throughout Canada. This is about 5 years ago. And that was a really novel idea at the time, that we were kind of creating this CPA firm, that was Canada wide, but out of Lethbridge. That was really, really unique. And I think
Yeah.
fast forward a few years, and I think the case has been proven that, it doesn't matter where you are in Canada, the opportunities exist, and the technology can allow, that access to those types of things.
And I imagine being an entrepreneur and being obviously now a family man,
Mm-hmm.
there's huge advantages of living and doing business in a place like Lethbridge in a smaller community, right? As opposed
Oh,
to the Calgary or Edmonton, Vancouvers of the world, right?
yeah, I mean, the one downside, it's a little windier in Lethbridge, anyone that knows the area. The upside, is, yeah, the quality of life. I mean, cost of housing and commute time, and, access to different services is going to be a lot more convenient in a smaller center. I remember when I first moved back to Calgary, texting my wife, hey, I'm gonna heading home. I'll be home in 45 minutes. Got to stop for milk. And I think I was home in like 15 minutes. And, that's a big difference over the course of your entire life, is that lifestyle and quality of life. So yeah, we enjoy it down here. And yeah.
So tell me a little bit about economic development Lethbridge and other organizations in Lethbridge have had a number of innovative and unique programs out there to foster entrepreneurship and to build entrepreneurships in the city. Now, can you explain a little bit about Tech Connect, your relationship with it, and how it's built, helping build that entrepreneurial spirit in the community?
Oh, it, I can't say enough good things. It is a really big deal to have economic development and Tech Connect creating that ecosystem. I always tell the story. It was like 5 years ago. I walked in to the Tech Connect and said, "Hey, like, we need to make accounting cooler. Like, how can we do that?" And everyone like laughed at me. There's like, that's the ridiculous idea. There's no way we can make accounting cooler. And fast forward, like, hey, we created several companies. I think we, raised over $1 million in seed funding, created like 17, 18 jobs, helped hundreds of clients move to the cloud. And we had a lot of success. And it was because of that ecosystem in our community, the people, like the leadership, introducing all types of entrepreneur programs and support, access to grants and advisors, and, lunch and learns, and like, you name it. And I say it's truly one of our best kept secrets, is that if you have an idea, the nurturing kind of ecosystem that is available there is no excuse. Like, if we can make accounting cooler, we can pretty much do anything. I kind of use it as a funny example because it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the truth is, those types of things are possible through the programs, through the people, the leadership group that's there, and just kind of all the organizations that are working together to make that happen. We're very, very fortunate to have that ecosystem. And, I walked in with almost nothing other than an idea, and,
Wow.
walked out with a couple companies, spinning one off and founding another one and creating jobs and all that stuff. So it's
Yeah.
not to toot my horn. It's totally because of all the great people and resources that were available to us then.
Yeah. So what are some of the benefits of being an entrepreneur in Lethbridge?
Oh yeah, I think that sense of community that you referenced earlier, it's really interesting that the people that are supporting our businesses, you see them at the gym, you see them through your volunteer activities. They're friends of a friend. It's a very, very tight knit community, and people really truly care and will go out of their way to help you. And I think it's something I didn't really understand until I got a little bit more connected and really tried to immerse myself in that ecosystem, that you realize, wow, there's a lot of support for entrepreneurs. If you're willing to do the work, there is definitely programs and people out there that will help you progress and make some progress with those ideas. So I think locally, we're very fortunate to have that sense of community and that support available. And I think bigger markets, it's a little more bureaucratic. There might be more capital available, but that kind of one-on-one support that you're going to get, just pick up the phone or send an email or something like that, is you can't underestimate how valuable that is, or has been to me at least, for sure.
Can you talk a little bit about being an entrepreneur in a place like Lethbridge? And, one of the key things, as you mentioned, all the people that you've hired, I think, Lethbridge does have one of the advantages of, having a university there, having a college there. Is the talent pool handy to have, these two universities there for that talent pool?
It really is. Yeah, we're I know I personally sit on a few advisory committees with the post-secondary education. We do some co-ops at the startup and as well at the accounting firm, and keep a lot of those people any chance we get. And I think it's something I've grown up in a post-secondary town, so I've kind of grown accustomed to it. But we really are fortunate to have the caliber of talent. One of my best friends, Rick, he founded a company that was made up entirely of college and university students that went on he did a 7-figure exit on that company, and all through homegrown talent here in Lethbridge. So I think that access to intellectual capital is really important, and will just continue to be like really, really important as we progress through this information age here.
Okay, super. One last thing, just wondering what the future holds for you and for the company as you look into the coming years.
Well, that's easy. Just world domination. That's I think that's every entrepreneur's dream. I hate the term small business, because to every entrepreneur, their business is poised to conquer the world, and I fit into that category for sure. And of course, I'm realistic. There's lots of work to do and that type of thing, but I truly do want to try and make accounting cooler and better. I'm going to continue to work on that and grow our technology company and try and create more financial wellness for people, however I do that. So we'll see. Well, I guess only the future we won't know for sure, but that's what I'll be focused on for the foreseeable future.
Okay, super. Well, thanks very much, Obed, for joining us today.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me, Mario.
Okay, super. That was Obed Maurice, who is founder of Clique Advisor and also a partner in Avail CPA LLP in Lethbridge. This has been Canada's Podcast Network with Mario Tanaguzzi. Thanks for joining us today.
Bold, vibrant, technological. In Lethbridge, our spirit of innovation is more than just the way we do business. It's the way we live and the way we succeed. We'll help you to kickstart, innovate, and grow in Lethbridge, Southern Alberta's hub for innovation and technology. It's the bright, affordable choice for business builders. Go to chooselethbridge.ca/entrepreneur and we'll help you move and grow in Lethbridge.